What's up YouTube, it's Taylor here, and today I'm here to share with you 4 easy steps for you to get involved in real estate and how essentially to do them and how to get involved. Before I get started, you know what I'm going to say. Please subscribe, please comment down below your favorite real estate hack, and of course like the video and share it if you found value in it. So with that, I'm going to dive into the 4 different ways, the 4 steps you can get involved in real estate. So I wanted to review some terms, okay, and just some of the things that are involved within real estate and within the real estate community. One of those things meaning wholesaling, right? Wholesaling, we've heard of this before. You're basically the middleman. You're buying a property, you're essentially buying that property for a lower price and selling it to an investor or somebody else who wants it and making a little bit of a fee in the middle of it. So that would be considered wholesaling. No different from when the supplier buys the toothpaste directly from Colgate or Johnson & Johnson, whatever, and then Target goes around and sells it to you and they make 20 cents on the deal every single time they sell a tube of toothpaste. That's exactly how wholesaling works with real estate. You are that middleman, that middle person to find a good deal and connect it with an investor. Okay, the next one is to buy and hold, which would be considered something like a long-term investment, like a long-term strategy. You're going to buy different properties and essentially you're going to hold them. What a super simple term. That is one of the ways you can do that. That property will appreciate in value. You'll be able to realize tax advantages because of it as well. And of course, a million other things that we'll go through as well here. You can do short-term rentals as well within real estate, which would include like an Airbnb. That would include maybe like a traveling nurse type of position, something along those lines where it is a fully furnished property that you turn around and rent for higher than the current long-term market rental rate. That is also a great strategy. We've got the BRRRR method, which is buy, renovate, refinance, rent, a repeat. So the BRRRR method, I believe it got famous from the Bigger Pockets, movement. That whole entire community of people do an incredible job of educating you, and we'll jump into that a little bit here too. That's one of my steps that I'm going to go through. Which that strategy basically means you're going to buy a property that needs a little bit of love, needs a little bit of work. You're going to buy it, you're going to renovate, you're going to do some work, and then you're going to increase the rent. So now that you have a property that has been worked on recently, you're now able to charge more money for it for rent and essentially raise the value of the property. You're going to refinance it, which means that you now have more value, more dollars within it that you can use for other things, and pull that money out to essentially repeat and do it again and just continually do that and kind of do the leapfrog thing with that as well. And then the last type of thing, the last term that I wanted to share with you is house hacking. So a cute name commonly referred to as house hacking means you purchase a property, whether it's a house or a duplex or triplex or whatever, and you live in one unit and the other people who live in the other units or the other rooms pay rent, and essentially they pay the mortgage on the property, and now you live there for free or close to free, or lower than if you were just to move in by yourself and live there as a person alone. Okay, so those are some of the common phrases and the common things that people get involved with within real estate. And oh, by the way, you can do a combination of all of these things in addition to seller financing, dovetailing, all of these other things kind of together within one. And that's really the overview of real estate investing that I wanted to share with you, because I'm going to dive into the 4 steps and the 4 different ways that you can start getting ready to invest in real estate. So the first one is to figure out your goals. I cannot share this enough with you, is that you need to know why you're doing it. Why is this important to you? And so are you in it for the long haul? Are you looking to buy wealth by, accumulating assets that will build you wealth many years down the road? Are you looking to get cash flow? Is that your main priority? Do you want cash flow so that you can stop working at a job? Do you want to, get a large chunk of money quickly? Are you looking to get a small chunk of money quickly? There's so many different things you can do with that. So if you're looking I need $5,000 tomorrow because, well, maybe not tomorrow, but I need $5,000 tomorrow to pay for XYZ or to do XYZ. Okay. Wholesaling would be a great way for you to get those funds because, again, you're going to find a property, you're going to connect it with an investor, you're going to sell the property to them, and basically you're going to assign those rights, assign that contract to the investor. You make that money in the middle of it. You can get paid $1,000, you can get paid $10,000. It just totally depends on the deal and the size of the property. So you got to figure out what you want. Is it freedom? Is it cash flow? Is it, hey, I need money in 6 months because I know we're going to have a baby? Or, hey, I know I'm going to be getting married, so we want to have this, this house hacking started before we, say I do, whatever it is. If you know what your deadline is and what you want within that time frame, your actual goals will be significantly easier to figure out because now you know, okay, I'm gonna do this for the next 20 years. Okay, if you know you're gonna do this for 20 years, you can do a strategy that works out to break down your goals month by month, year by year to hit what you want to hit. So I love goal setting. You know that I love to be specific. You know that I love to have all of these details, as many details as possible. So that's what I urge you to do. And that's what you need to do to get started because you're not going to just wake up one day and have a deal fall in your lap exactly what you want it to be. No, you have to start turning over those rocks. You got to start doing the things you know you need to do to get what you want to get. Okay. The second step is to find a tribe, find a mentor, find somebody to help guide you in your journey. Now, this can be from a number of different things. It can be from your own community of people. Maybe you have a family member or a friend who is also a real estate investor. We also have the beautiful power of the internet, which includes social media groups. You can find Facebook groups. You can find real estate investor meetup groups. You can join the Bigger Pockets podcast community or the Bigger Pockets community. There's a million different places that you can find people that have a similar mindset or even a further ahead mindset than you do. And that is my step number 2 that you need to do. You absolutely need to do. You're not just going to have the confidence to find a deal, put an offer in on it and feel like you know what you're doing enough to do it. Like that just won't work. So that is my step number 2 is to figure out who is going to help you get there. And that I can't tell you enough that your network equals your net worth. So continue to network with people, continue to find communities of people and leaders within those communities and ask the right questions. Okay, the third step is to educate yourself until you're sick. I love this step because I love this step, okay? I'm a sucker for self-development. I love reading, I love learning, and that is my third step is to read and consume as much information as possible. So in regards to step number 2 of finding a tribe and people and a mentor, ask them what books, what podcasts, what things should I be listening to? And one of the very early books that I read that started me on all this is the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book by Robert Kiyosaki. He also has written a number of other books since then, but his story has inspired literally millions of people. And his whole philosophy is to buy assets. Instead of buying liabilities, you're supposed to start buying assets that are going to pay you money every single month instead of take money from you every single month, which is what liabilities do. And he has done that through real estate investing. And his story has been, repeated, I can't even imagine how many tens of millions of times throughout the world since he wrote it. So that is a great book to get started. If you have not done anything yet, start with Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. Another great, reference point is, again, I'm going to say Bigger Pockets because they do a great job of giving you literally so much information. They have case studies, they have stories, they have inspiration, they have people that help you with actual numbers. They've got calculators, they've got literally, their website is chock full of information. Also, they have a whole section on books, like a resource section. So check those out. And again, you're going to educate yourself until you're sick because I know that competence breeds into confidence, and confidence is what you need to have in order to start taking action on being a real estate investor or being involved in the real estate arena, essentially. So those are those are my words. Those are my feelings as well. I really believe that, and I am proof that it's true in my own life as well, is the more that you know and the more that you feel like you're confident talking about something, the better you're going to be able to do at that, and the better you're going to be able to connect with people, right? Yes, we are looking at properties. Yes, we're looking at walls, windows, doors, but at the end of the day, this is a people business. And if you are not able to properly connect and communicate with people about what it is that you're communicating and connecting about, you're going to get nowhere. So that is another tip for you. Okay, the fourth and final step to getting into real estate is to take action on it daily. Every single day you need to do something to move you towards that goal. And of course, if you're looking to do the buy and hold method, if you're looking to keep the properties for the next 20 years, even if you're looking to wholesale, it doesn't matter where you're at or what you're looking to do. You need to take action on it every single day. You're not just going to, again, wake up one day and someone's going to call you and say, "Hey, Taylor, we found this property for you." Like that won't happen because you haven't been talking about it. You haven't been acting on it. You haven't been spreading the word about what you're doing or what you're looking for. That's just not going to happen. So look at what you're looking to find. So if you're looking to find a property to buy and hold yourself, you need to find the deals. You need to find the properties. You need to find the people who are living in those houses to talk to them in order to even have an opportunity to talk to them about what it is that you want to help them with and what you can get out of the deal as well. And again, you need to have both sides of those pieces in order to execute. You need to have the deals, you need to have the funds, and essentially if you are the funds and the buyer, then you are able to properly execute. And again, you're going to want to connect daily with people. You're going to want to reach out to your tribe, to your community of people. And I just can't stress this enough that if you're not taking action on it every day, then you don't actually want it. You're not actually that, excited about it. And I think that that's maybe harsh for some of you to hear, but I also want you to consider the fact that this is an actual business. This is an actual business of buying properties, even if you just buy one, even if you just flip one, even if you just house hack in one of them. I mean, if you look at it through the same lens of running and owning a business, you will see more success. And I cannot tell you this, how many times that all of these pieces really mold together with other areas of your life. Okay. What I mean by that is you cannot become super fit. You cannot become super healthy by doing the unhealthy things that got you to where you are in your unhealthy state. You can't just eat a salad every 3 days and expect you to lose weight. Just like you can't reach out to one property owner about one property every 3 days. That's not going to get you enough. You need to have the volume, you need to have the repetition, and the number one thing is you need to have that consistency. And that consistency is what's going to build that habit for you to become successful in literally whatever it is that you're doing. And like I said, I've said this many times because I believe it to be true, that those habits are what create you into what you are. If you want a clue on what your life is going to be like in the next few months, look at the habits you're doing now. If you want to change the trajectory of your life, you need to change those habits in order to change where you're going to be at in the next few months. So this is a great way to get started. Everybody's saying that the market is up and it's crazy, crazy, crazy and prices are so high and whatever. Well, I just can't tell you this enough that you're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for the market to crash. There are opportunities everywhere. Do not wait to time the market to find something. Start asking those questions, start turning over those rocks, start getting connected with people, and you will find some incredible opportunities as well. So please follow me on social media if you have not already yet. My handle is Tailored Effect. I did change that, and I was excited to come out with some new rebranding. So please check it out, and I'm looking forward to helping you along your journey as well. So drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment, whatever. Appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next video very soon.